Welcome to another episode of Dad and Ish. It's Chocolate Dad.
It's your boy Saya, aka Saya.
It's your boy Styles.
Everybody put the damn deep voice on. What the hell happened today? What's
Barry
going on?
White.
Niggas like, what?
It's the Barry White.
It's your boy Chocolate Dad.
I'm saying, it's the Barry White.
Yo, it's your boy
WBLS.
It's your boy 95. Listen, man, everybody appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like we've been mentioning. Listen, the views are going up. The reposts are going up. The sponsors are coming in.
The love is there. We love y'all.
Love is there.
Man.
It's growing. It's growing. It's a beautiful thing. We appreciate y'all. It's summertime. It's getting summertime.
Whoever invented allergies,
Dead ass, man.
Yeah,
That was God.
they go to heaven.
That was God.
I'm very sorry for you gentlemen, man.
Yeah,
To deal with the allergies.
Deal with that, right?
I don't get allergies. No.
Ty, you're a lucky
Motherfucker.
man, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This joint is killing me softly.
Nasty
No
boy.
Lauryn Hill.
The only thing in my life that get allergies is my car. That should be
Yeah.
covered in pollen,
From-
dust.
yeah,
That's probably what started on. Like, when you seen that yellow one on the car, that's how I know it's
Yeah.
getting
Lemon pepper.
Where if I park the car outside for a whole day,
Nah,
Hold
if
on.
you park under the tree, even worse.
my shit going from dark gray to neon.
Lemon pepper.
So I definitely feel what y'all feeling out there. Listen, if you guys at home have any tips, tricks, home remedies that can help, aside from
Please.
prescription drugs, help these fellas
Help
out, man.
me.
Help them
Please.
out. Maybe a vapor or whatever it is. Help them out because they out here
cocaine,
struggling.
crack.
Send a little
Son.
care package. Hit it in the DM, man. We got an Addy for y'all, man.
That's a fact. Listen, man.
real,
Send a
right?
care package. Everybody that's at home, listen. Even aside from that, man, if you guys got some dope products that
Facts.
well geared towards men, towards our family lifestyles, send us some stuff, man. Hit us our DM.
Nah,
text,
men and women.
email.
Let's not leave women out.
Absolutely. Well, I mean,
Women
listen,
also.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Women
I'm putting ourselves first.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Ain't got that many sections
not,
in the
Right?
store.
Jaheim is not here. We putting ourselves first.
You see what happened to Jaheim after he put that woman first. Boy,
Hey,
stress.
he looking crazy. I don't know where he found her at.
But yeah, shout out to Jaheim, you know what I'm saying? And all that. But
for what?
now we gotta uplift our brother.
Nah, he
Put us
definitely.
on first, and-
That's what we talked about
and
the
we
last
learn
episode,
from
man.
that.
Nah, he definitely
We
in the
learn.
2000s joint. He had some.
He
Listen,
had it.
Yeah, he had the heat, man. He had the heat on.
I thought throwing the dirt when he kick him while he down. You know what I'm
You know.
saying? He down.
But if Jaheim, if this comes across you, you know, at some point, put yourself first.
Nah.
brother.
Matter of fact, Jaheim, you can pull up. You can pull up to the show to tell your side of the story if you want.
That's a fact.
You can pull up. You have a seat. We welcome. I mean, here's the
Well,
deal.
we're
We
gonna
can
give you the
figure it
chance to
out.
tell your story your way.
That's a fact.
Tell us why you put that woman first.
I want to know.
How far it got him.
Chill, son.
So what it is? What we talking about today?
Now we just chilling, we just living, man, having a good time. I ain't gonna lie, me personally, I've definitely been. I'm not gonna say stressed, but I've certainly been
Overwhelmed.
very, very much so.
We have your son party coming up in about a week or two, right? Soon, real soon.
Yeah, definitely. You know, his party.
For his
You know,
birthday.
we're gonna be doing a little nice little family vacation.
You doing
with
something
y'all.
big for his first birthday?
Absolutely.
All right, now, all right.
His
In
first
reference
birthday
to the
was
last
stupid.
episode, can I come with some fly shit? Because it's not just like it's your.
Yeah, no.
I don't be trying to do that though. Put my son on some fly shit. Somebody
That's why
else's
his
party.
birthday, right? That's how to act, you know what
Trying
I'm
to
saying?
shit on his son. I don't want to shit on your son.
It's not gonna trust me. It ain't trust me. The bag we dropping ain't gonna take away. So,
Oh, hold on. This is Mr. With 17 careers. Yeah, all at once.
but I mean, honestly, that's actually something like I'm really looking forward to. We weren't able to have a baby shower. We weren't able to have like a.
Oh, you dropped a large bag.
I didn't say that.
That's what
You dropped a large.
That's
bag.
what I was telling Tia. I'm like, I said his fucking son's first birthday is
This
gonna be
gonna
a movie because they ain't have a baby shower.
Beans, I know it's gonna be a movie. That's why I can't bring my son on some regular shit.
Listen,
it's gonna be a movie.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Right.
I might have to bring out them Gucci's that he had for his last
If they still
biggest
fit.
size. No.
Okay,
I
you saying
returned
you
those.
size
You got a bigger
up.
size. You
Listen,
might have to put those on.
by all means. There will be paint involved, so I would definitely listen. Just be cautious. If you don't want
What,
potentially
Juve
get paint.
nigga? What the fuck? Is King Juve?
Nah, we ain't throwing paint
Yeah,
around.
you-
The kids are gonna have a Capri Sun sipping paint section. There's gonna be a little play section. It's gonna be a good time, man. We're gonna have a great time.
I'm looking
No, honestly,
forward.
but like that's not really one of my stresses. Like right now, like just growing the business with you guys, family, all that kind of stuff. It's definitely a lot all the way at once. The party is something we're looking forward to. It's an excitement, so it's kind of like like the first day of school. Feel like I can't wait to finally get here. But the legwork is definitely draining, it does get draining. Like you got to do this, you got to have that, you got to have the space to put all this stuff. My garage looks like Costco. Like it's just boxes and pallets of shit. It's just fucking ridiculous. But I'm realizing like in the last episode when we was talking with Loon, he was like, yo, with naps and stuff. I was like, yo, like I don't know what a nap is. And I just find like lately I've just been like so exhausted. Like I've been running on all cylinders all the time, all day long, and it's like I know like I need. You told me the other day
you get up at like 4:30 in the morning. You're bugging, bro. 4:30. I'm on my like third spin, trying to figure out what side it feel better.
For me, it's like
4:30 is nasty.
Obviously, it's not something I plan to do forever, right? And it's not every day, with my schedule and whatnot. But it's. Like I'm doing it for the results I'm getting out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm working and busting my ass to get to the bag so that the bag can now start working for me, so I don't have to keep doing that stuff.
Gotcha.
But I feel like right now, like mentally and physically, I'm in that space where it's like everything right now in life is on grind time. Like everything right now is getting my full attention. Like we put all of us, we put mad work into put in the live show. Should I tell you about pull up to the live a couple of weeks ago? Listen, we had a great time. We're gonna already start working on putting something else out there for the summertime. Listen, we're gonna be outside, some dad and brunches, something, everything.
We ain't mentioned this, but shout out to the giveaways. Those is dope.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to the giveaways. Yeah. Listen, shout out to my boy Dylan over at Francis Mobile Car Wash. Giving away a nice detail wash. Shout out to the people at 1221 Candles. Give us some dope scents. I ain't gonna hold you. Still to this day, but my favorite scent.
Should light that candle.
The
same candle.
Yeah, the same candle.
The mahogany. No, that's not what it is.
The melanin. The melanin smell is my favorite. The melanin was my favorite.
It's still lit right now. Like
yeah.
I've been like about a month now. Almost.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Because when I got them originally, I bought a bunch. So like I don't just burn all the way through the one or whatever, depending on how.
Switch it up.
Yeah, switch it up.
Switch it up.
Nigga. Depending on the
vibe. Came home like, nah, babe.
Today I'm feeling like mahogany mist.
I feel like a little blossom mist water.
Yo, shout out to 1221 Candle. I told her, you know what I said? I told her when the last time she and I spoke, I was like, yo, we got to create like a dadding scent.
Yeah.
That's going to be fire. I know y'all going to like that. Y'all going to like that. We're going to be helping y'all become a lot more fathers out there. You know what I mean?
Set the mood.
That's a fact.
Red light
we could talk about some stuff. We gonna wait that. We gonna when we create also too something that the first time I actually just saying out loud or whatever, right? So we're gonna start working on the Patreon too, right? So a lot of exclusive content that you guys might not see all the time. We're not going to stop putting on IG or whatnot. We're going to put on the Patreon to give you guys a little bit more exclusivity and a little bit more insight onto us and whatnot. And so some of that candle burning is going to play into that. You know what I mean? Like Steve said,
it's going to be a little spicy.
Get a little wet and nasty.
Wet and nasty. Hot and spicy.
Hot and spicy. Say it like you mean it. But I mean, for me, it's just... after the episode we had with Delcy and thinking about like life coaching and just, getting yourself into a better mental space and an aura or whatever, I'm realizing like I don't feel like I have too much on my plate, but I gotta find a better way to digest what's on my plate. When you just sitting there, you got a full plate of food, you just pause, just eating all the food off the plate or not, right? Eating, just knife and fork here, you heard? Eating everything one time, you get full real quick. Because you just
you gotta slow down.
You gotta pace yourself. You gotta
also listen to Steve. He just says, God.
Leave it to God. And
I mean, listen, that's my motto. It's been working this far.
Listen, I was raised that God helps those who help themselves. So, but listen, if it works for you, it works for you. I'm definitely happy for that.
Knocking you, CD.
Not at all.
Listen,
but just trying to like get on a better, like, I feel like if my mind, I feel like even if I could sleep 12 hours a day, if my mind is working or whatever, I'm still gonna be tired. So getting myself to a mind.
I'll sleep 12 hours. I'm good.
Nah, I could like physically. I could be
remember
physically
last
up.
time I got 12 hours.
I don't know when
I
that
don't know
was.
about that.
12 hours. That's like half a day, right?
It is.
It's certainly half a day. I must have. Last time I got 12 hours. I don't even know, bro.
Now, I add up like the naps I get in between because I try to go to sleep instead of sleep.
Yeah,
I
try,
like
but
10. I ain't gonna lie. Like
what time you went to sleep?
Like 9. No lie.
What time you got up?
Probably like 6, 7. And like I went to bed. To me, not like super early because I went to bed for everybody. My son was even asleep, and me and my lady was watching a movie, and she got tight because she like, oh, I type in a movie, someone for you to watch. You want to go to sleep? Well, I'm like, you putting the movie too late, like last minute. Like I watched some.
Niggas 9 o'clock. That wasn't late.
Nah. I'm saying
for me that was late.
No, I'm saying because before that, I said something that I wanted to watch. So I did my turn. It was her turn, and I was like, and
what movie she put on?
She put on. That was it was a show. It was that Mike Epps shit. Like, but I want to
that
watch.
shit was good.
No.
I don't want to.
The shit on Netflix.
I'm not into the Upshaws.
Yeah.
And I'm not into promoting people's shit that's not. I'm not getting paid for. But that's a good show.
No. I
watched the whole season in one day.
I watched the first few episodes.
I wanted to watch it, right? But like prior to that, you watched something else, and like I was just tired. So it wasn't nothing to do with the show being whack or nothing. I just if you tired, you tired. Like you gonna.
That's
sleep.
a fact. Because I started this Jamie Foxx show that's on Netflix too.
I saw that. I heard
I started one episode, but I went to sleep.
She said the Mike X one is better than Jamie Foxx one. So you watched it.
I ain't gonna hold you. I seen the preview for the Jamie Foxx joint. I was like,
it's jokey and cheesy.
This shit don't like it slapping, bro.
That's not like the Jamie Foxx show. Like
I don't expect it that. But even just what they was showing, I was just like,
nah, it's okay.
I get to when I get to it.
That's the first time I seen it. I see because it came. You know how they go suggested movies. Yeah, it came on right after, but I was already falling asleep.
Yeah,
so I was like,
that night I slept. I went to sleep early before everybody, and I thought I knew I was tired prior. I'm like, I know I'm gonna take a little nap, like fake nap. I'm gonna wake up probably like 11, 12, get up, and we can. Everybody can still be up, and we can just like
finish the movie, finish the show.
Yeah, we get right back. But I want to waking up like 6, 7, like oh shit.
That was a good.
like yo, I slept through the whole joint.
That's amazing.
You know what I'm saying? And like I woke up. I'm up now. I'm ready. I'm over turning the TV on by the watch. So I'm days still. I'm like shit. Well, I can watch.
Might as well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pick up while I left off at, but it's like. Damn, but she's already seen it, so I was like, I can watch it. But it's like that's the only last time I had like a good kind of good sleep. And I felt good. I woke up energized, and in my crib now we gotta get fucking the blackout shade because I had to like me before I moved on my shorty like I had the blackout shades. I like darkness in the room.
Yeah, I can't sleep with no light.
I want the lights. That light because
you don't like to know it's 7 o'clock in the morning.
Like, no, it don't be 7 o'clock. It be like 6, 5:50. Like that's why I be tight. You know how bad it is when you wake up. When you wake up, as sun is beaming. You look at the phone. It's like there's like now me looking at the phone and mess up my whole mental because I can't even go back to sleep how I want to now. I saw the time now. It's like
definitely. I have blackout shades.
I
need it. I have
like
to have
it dark. I not knowing what I want to be dark all the time.
Like I want it to be exactly, bro. I want to have to like be looking around like my eyelids is closed because I don't like I can't sleep. You know how people like sleep with the TV on
and the window facing.
I can't.
No. I see the TV on too. My girl here. I see. I
can't.
I love watching. I
hate because I grew up on like no lie sleeping TV on. I'm listening to Music Choice. On the night, or if not Music Choice, like back, like even before that, like we used to have a radio on all the time on my
98.7 Kiss FM.
Nah, 97 back in the day. You know what I mean? So like I grew up with having. I'm accustomed to the sounds and like the things. So like
I can sleep through anything.
No. Yeah. I'm sleep. But I would rather like for me to cut the TV off and go to sleep. I'm saying like, I'm like what the fuck? like it's like you forcing me.
I gotta play on my phone until I just fall asleep.
Like I saw the TV on.
I ain't hold you.
I'm listening to music. I'm good.
I wish I had like those heavy sleeping habits. Like I'm such a light sleeper.
I'll be out.
Like only time that happens, like when I know like I'm stupid exhausted. Like, if I'm stupid exhausted, and like we were in the living room, we watching a show or something like that, and I'm start falling asleep, like she'll be like, all right, go to sleep. And like that's the only time I can start falling asleep with a show. But I cannot sleep with noise on. Even to the point where like
for real,
facts. Like even to the point when we were younger, like we had a kickbox in our room. Like when we were talking before, like with the red light, I hated that shit because if I roll over and I catch a red light, any light bothers me. That's why I have blackout shades.
I'm funny because I'm like,
my shit is pitch black, bro.
We used to work the overnight. And I'd be like, I'm about to go to sleep. I'll go to sleep. Like,
it don't matter.
Yo, I can't do that shit.
I'll go to
sleep.
I'm tired.
I ain't stopping.
So we used to be in the work truck. We used to be in the work truck. I'm like, what? This nigga's knocked out, bro. The street light is there. The street light is there. I can't think. Yo, I used to have to like take like unsnap like the back snap back of the hat.
So you the type of nigga that sleep with the shit over your face.
I'm sleeping. I'm
sleeping on mask. You know what? You know what's crazy? Becca and I both had them shits, and I don't have it. I need to get that shit. Cause I can't. I can't
sleep. It's my thing. No fault. Like I'm only forced to sleep. Don't force me to sleep.
Yeah.
Don't mix like to me it's kind of like some jail shit. It's like your lights out. That's it. It's like yo, no, I'm not tired.
It's my turn.
The other night, I was watching the show. I came up. Well, I was in the basement, so I came up, and Tia she was asleep. She was up, but she's kind of asleep. And I'm like, pass me the remote. She's like, you're about to turn on the TV. I'm like, yeah. I'm not over.
Yo,
I ain't really.
Yo, son.
I'm like, you really don't want me to turn on the TV? She's like, I would prefer you not to turn on the TV. So I had to just sit there looking at the ceiling like,
bro, looking at
dog. You ain't just fucking finish the show in the basement, nigga. What you gonna say to watch TV?
But I would have laid down. I was sitting on the couch. Come upstairs, lay down.
Even me, like when I'm ready to go.
That was 1 o'clock, bro. Like,
that's it. Nah, like yo, like for me, like all right. If I'm asleep or whatever, and she'll be like, "Oh, I'm going to sleep," because especially if I gotta wake up early or whatever, she'll come in the room and say she wants to like watch whatever show she's watching, right? If the TV's on, I'll just roll over and like pull the cover over because I'm like, I know she want to watch the show, she's tired too or whatever, and she likes falling asleep to the show. But the problem with her falling asleep to the show is staying on. So now I'm annoyed because like. You being asleep,
That's your fault.
And then you
should have clipped it for you to sleep.
Definitely
should have clipped it.
Yeah, so I now be like, turn the TV off. Put her remote.
Now the remote is on her nightstand, so I gotta cross over her, and she getting mad like my nigga, you gotta watch this shit in the first place. What are you talking about? But back to the naps, right? So like, even like with Jax, right? Like when he naps, people are like, oh yeah, when they nap, you should try to nap.
That's hard.
But it's like, yo. Then not only that, but like, when am I gonna get all the other shit that I gotta get done? Because certain shit that I need to do. All right, if I want to cook, right? He's tall enough now, like he can touch the knobs. So we gotta put the covers on it or whatever. But if I'm cooking something or sauteing something and like he can't be running around off me, if something splash or whatever the case may be, and to catch him, then why was he in the kitchen? You know what I'm saying? So when he goes naps, I'm gonna start preparing dinner, or I'm gonna go do what I gotta do, or fold the clothes and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna be extra tired. And then when he's up, obviously ain't nothing I can fucking do. You know what I'm saying? But she also deals with it. But she's a lot easier. Like if he's going to nap, I'm going to nap too. So she's adopted that philosophy. But it's like I'll be having so much to do because, like I said, like whether it's like with this business or the other shit we got going on, whatever the case may be, it's gotten to a point where like, yo, like I know like I need a vacation, I need a break, and I'm like, yo, like. Is something wrong with me, or is just I'm exhausted? I'm realizing like, yo, like, nah, I'm just wild exhausted.
Nah, you're probably going through male postpartum. You might not even know it.
They got that?
Yeah,
that's definitely a real thing. That's definitely a real thing.
Yeah,
I thought, you know what's crazy?
That's funny. You going like you going through what you're going through. That's like more of a. You don't realize that's what it is, but. Realistically,
like,
that's what it is.
What's postpartum?
After the child is born.
Yeah, like after. I know.
Postman.
I know that.
Yeah, I'm about to Google that real quick.
I know that, but verbatim, like, all right. How are you affected after the child is born? Like what? Like what is postpartum?
It's kind of like traumatizing.
Right. So exactly, it's traumatizing. Right. So I did think about that. Right. And I did, me when I get into my rabbit hole, I'm deep diving into searching into mad shit and whatever the case may be. And for me, for me personally, I don't really feel like it's a postpartum situation. I feel like for me, it's just I definitely do have a lot on my plate, a lot of things that I don't discuss publicly or whatever, whether it has to do with like my immediate family or things of that nature or whatever. Like I have a lot that I have to carry. So for me, what I mentioned with the food on my plate. for me, I realized that I just need to find a way, not only to tell people, no, I can't do something now or whatever, but also just put things on a different, like, put things on different tiers. Because for me, like, y'all know, like me, like if one of y'all call me for something or whatever the case may be, if I can't do it immediately, like, I'm getting it done as soon as I can. But sometimes it's like prioritizing. Like, yo, what somebody might need, granted, like they feel like they might need that. If I decide that I'm gonna go and do that for them, I'm putting something else. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta realize that I prioritize.
Or time management. Right.
Time management, and that's extremely important because 24 hours in a day for me, it doesn't seem to be enough with the amount of stuff that I'm there's things that I need to get done, and there are things I want to get done. And so what I started doing is putting a list together of like, all right, these are the things that I have to do. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about them. But if I can get some of the things on my want list done today, I'm good with that. If I don't, then it is what it is, and then I can continue on with those sort of things. So making a list has certainly helped with me carrying my notebook around, writing things down versus just hoping that I remember those sort of things.
I ain't gonna lie, as I got older, like as an adult, I'm saying like the last year. Like
since you had your kid?
Yeah, that's a fact. Like I need things in writing to write stuff down. So
for me to doing that more so.
For me to reference to.
For me, I don't gotta write shit down. I just remember it, but the only thing that I know, like as an adult, what I gotta do is if there's an event, I gotta put in my calendar. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna remember it.
I learned.
There's so many shit going on.
I do that shit.
Mine's is so bad. Was like earlier I went to the supermarket and I'm like, yo, she's I don't know what you need to get to the supermarket. She's like this. It was literally 4 things. I'm like, Joe, text me that.
The best.
Just text it. No, because
you just forgetful.
But that's why you have to write things down.
It's forgetful, but it's also I want to make sure I don't forget it and do it correctly.
Yeah.
Like, cause it been times where like, example, right, with my lady, right, cause I go to supermarket a lot. Like, she'll send me a list, I will get it, right, and like, say prior to sending me a list, we can speak about it on the phone. She's like, oh, get this too, but we still got get that too. It's not on the list. So I go to the supermarket.
It messes up everything.
I'm looking at the list. I'm gonna go checking my shit out. All right, this. I get home. She go, where's this? I'm like, it's not on the list. The fuck not on the list.
Yeah.
It's never on the list. I'll tell you about it early in the day though. I'm like, listen, I said send the list. Send the list. I went in there, put my phone out, I got the list.
You just forgetful, bro.
Yeah, I am.
I'm not gonna forget that. If you tell me something to with me personally, I try to remember. I don't know.
See, you try to remember, but
like, I remember.
Shit. No, I remember so much going on in my mind. It'd be too much.
If I forget, it's because I was probably rushing. The only time I forget, I promise you, is if I'm rushing or if I'm like,
but
if it's last minute.
Right? But you know what I realized for me, right? Like, I'm not a forgetful person. Like I have like an elephant memory. But one of the worst things for me is like, if somebody needs multiple things from me, like Gusai was saying, I will certainly be like, yo, send me a text. I tell people text it to me.
It's easy.
Because immediately once I see the text, I copy it or whatever. Because like right now, like if you look at my phone, right? I have a ton of different.
I deleted them the other day. I'm not mad alarms.
Yeah,
I have but I realized no, I do. But the alarms are set for specific things, right? Like if somebody needed something from me, say like you needed me to send you something today. I'm gonna set an alarm like, yo, Steve needs me to send him something at this X, Y, and Z time. Say you need it about 8:30, I put an alarm for 8:15. So when that alarm rings, whether it's on my watch or my phone, like, yo, send Steve that. All right, boom.
Let me go immediately what you're doing and just do that.
But even if I don't stop immediately what I'm doing, at least in that moment now, I have another reminder. Because if I'm doing something that was that important that I can't stop, I'm not gonna remember now what to do. Go do that or whatever. By the time I'm like, oh shit, I'm supposed to send him that. Now you're like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna say necessarily that I'm a people pleaser, but if I hold my word in my bond. If I tell him to do some shit, I'm gonna do it. And if I can't do it, I'm gonna reach out to you and let you know, okay, I can't do it because this, that, and the third, or this is when I'm gonna be able to get it done for you. But now if you're doing that for everybody all the time,
that's something
it's crazy. It gets too much.
Hold on, before you start, real quick. So I mean,
it's been like 2 episodes straight. I just been cutting him off.
That was an upside. I'm just saying that $1 million.
I had some parts over there too.
Nah. I'm saying $1 million she's gonna give me. What happened with that? You forgot?
You said the what?
$1 million.
No, I didn't get it.
Cut me off fast with $1 million. Yeah, $1 million. I want $1 million too.
You want to pick up his tab?
Huh?
Huh?
Nah, but I told you. Listen, first of all, I told you I'm gonna get to me now when I get it.
All right, cool.
But the other part that you didn't remember was that you're gonna flip me back $3 million. So just keep that in mind.
Just give me $1 million.
Just keep that in mind.
It's F you $3 million. Just give me-
Oh, okay.
My fault, Styles. Go ahead. The floor is yours, brother.
He don't fucking remember what he was talking about.
Nah, I
But
do
like
remember.
I was
If you would have said that long.
Nah, it was, what I was gonna say is like what you're saying about like I was saying to myself about that today is it's like I had to start practicing, stop volunteering myself to people. It's like
Preach.
No difference when you start.
Shit.
People start wanting something, they want you to ask for it straight up, but then you willing like this cups ain't clean and this and that.
I don't
I'll wash
ever
it.
volunteer myself.
Nah,
See,
I
but
volunteer. I gotta stop
But
that shit.
I find it.
I do too. I have to
It's
stop
it's
that.
the personality
Yeah, that niggas
thing.
is
But then, I mean, the
It's me
reality
trying to
is,
be nice.
it's-
and know me, I'm not nice. So when I volunteer, that's my mechanism trying to be nicer.
and it was funny. That's the same.
I gotta be
I'm pretty.
asshole.
I gladly say no.
That's
a lot of
probably
times.
because y'all two like are naturally mean. I'm naturally nice.
Yeah, see,
So I'm already doing shit that I ain't supposed
But
to
you
be
see,
doing.
for me, so for mine is a both, right? Because a lot of people, like
I'm not mean,
on a
I mean,
a lot
fuck
of like it's funny, right? Because a lot of people, I think, because of my straightforwardness, a lot of people are like, yo, you're a fucking asshole or you're a jerk.
I'd rather that.
But I am also one of the nicest fucking people. Like, if like anybody needs something,
Nah,
or they need something,
you're
whatever,
a pretty decent guy.
for most days,
yeah,
most
yeah.
days,
Alright.
most
Yeah,
days,
he cool.
You know what I'm saying? But like but people aren't accustomed to straightforwardness, so they be like, whoa, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, like somebody tell me like, yo, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
what the
OD.
hell?
Like,
It's
I'm
not.
naturally nice.
It's not OD.
I'm naturally nice, so I'm never gonna say that's fucking stupid. But I'm gonna let you know it's stupid.
No,
without
no,
telling
no,
you
no.
it's
No,
fucking
certain
stupid.
Steve's an asshole.
Nah, certain
It's
instances,
an asshole.
nah, you are a jerk.
Asshole
Someday.
first.
He's the whole
That's
ass.
it.
Asshole first.
So for me, like I'll tell somebody,
Might
yo,
be the whole ass. I ain't an asshole. I'm an ass, but I ain't an asshole.
like a lot of times somebody might come to me with like something or another, like, yo, like that's fucking stupid. What you should do is, and I'm like, yo, this how you do it. So now, all right, how you do it? Now,
But now nobody's want to listen to you because you already like
You already
you already
shit
made
on
me
my
feel bad. You
spirit.
shit on me, yeah.
No, but at the same time, like, but you would think so, but more times than not, people be like, all right, so then what to do? And I'm like, yo, do it this, that, and the third way. But now what I'm realizing is the fact that I'm like, oh, do it like this. Now it's like I'm vested because
Yeah.
now I'm
You
telling
have
like,
to
yo,
now you have
right?
to
Because
pull
I've
up that
already
bar.
made you know that the way you're doing it is going to lead you off of a cliff. Do it like this, but now
Control issues.
it could be. It very well could be. But I honestly, that when we've talked about years past or whatever, about me going back to therapy or whatever,
The audience heard that. Hit on the playback.
some jerks.
Go ahead,
Nah,
continue.
I certainly do have control issues because it isn't necessarily that like, yo, like I want to control everybody else's stuff, but when it has something to do with me,
Definitely do.
maybe I do. But when it has something to do with me, it's like,
You
yo,
want to make sure it's right.
right? It's like
I got control issues. Just admit the damn thing.
I
feel everyone does. It's
no,
just certain
because
levels of it.
here's what I mean by control.
That's
like,
true.
It's
like,
levels.
so,
I can agree with that.
so there's a stigma behind control issues where
I
it's
don't
like,
think you have control issues. I just think you a stickler for doing things organized and how it's supposed to get done.
OCD.
I think you have OCD more than control
think
issues.
he does.
I feel like that's
Heavily
that
OCD.
I think that more aligns with it a
Because
little bit more.
I look to you like if we're planning something as a group,
Yeah.
I'm going to Chris.
She
Like,
gonna be
Chris
right.
gonna get it done.
It's gonna be on time.
Chris gonna have it right. He gonna plan it out, and then everything's gonna fall in place. Like
But see, the
a couple
issue,
weeks ago, we had a cookout at my house. Chris said, "Yo, I'm coming over. I'm gonna bring the steaks." He said, "Yo, I need you to get this, get that. I got this, that." The whole thing was smooth. Like it was.
I saw he with the apron on.
Saya bought the rice. Like it was. We had more than enough food. I was still eating food.
I had
2
food.
days later.
I had food like that Wednesday.
Yeah, like me too.
Nah, but what you just described is exactly what I was getting at, right? So for like, I know for me, and this is why I mentioned like, for me, it isn't postpartum, but which is a very real thing, right? Like I went and did the research. Like 1 in 10 men have postpartum.
I also
And when it-
Googled it right before we was talking about like it's. I mean, in a nutshell, it's depression overall.
But the
Right.
pressure for let's see. All right.
Hold on. I know what you're gonna. Hold on.
I'm
No.
trying to-
no, no.
I need to
Yeah.
understand what. Like, I still don't understand what like I know it's real. But I don't. What is postpartum?
All right, so let me explain. I guess the best layman's terms in a sense, right? So whether it is men or women, right? What happens is that there becomes a part where it can be a chemical imbalance, or it can also be like a mental imbalance in the sense where it's like you're not fully yourself, right? Something is different because now you've had a significant life-changing event. Like there are very few things that happen in your life that change yourself, like having a child, right?
But that's major.
It's probably if not one of the biggest life-changing events, period, is having a child versus losing somebody or maybe marriage or divorce, things of that nature, right? Too, yeah. And when people have children, right, it's like everything leading up to it is excitement. There's some nervousness, some scare to it, but it's excitement. But now reality hits. So it's like
the post.
Right, exactly. So postpartum is like, yo, the child is now here. But now
what's next?
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't sleep because the child is always hungry. There are people who unfortunately who might have babies who have colic. You know what I'm saying? The baby is always crying, no matter what.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? What's the term you
colic?
Use? I never
colic. So colic is like when the baby is either always coughing, always fussy, and there's really nothing you can do about it, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not that they're
it's like
right. It's right. There's something that's they're not hungry. They're not cranky.
Something that the baby just do.
So when you have postpartum, you don't want the baby around. Like
that's not everybody's different.
Question I have for you.
Can you answer mine first?
Yeah, I thought.
So it isn't that you don't want the baby around, but it is the realization, like the life-changing event is determining that, right? So it could be like you love your child, you know that you love your child, but when the baby is awake and crying, but you just want to just go to sleep because you just can't. You know what I'm saying?
Because you don't get a chance to shut down.
You can't. Like there isn't an op. There may be, but maybe you can't really process a way to decompress, or maybe the way that your situation is, you don't have. Maybe some people don't have a village to help. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's that the in typically with women, right? The women might the person who had the child with her, her husband, whoever it is, the father of the child, the career he's in, he has to work 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Or he could be like in a military way. He has to, ship out or whatever the case may be. So now you have to run the household. You have the baby 24/7. You can't see your friends. You can't drink. You can't do anything like that. So now you get to the point where like they might potentially get a resentment, like, yo, like my life is out of control because I have this baby. You know what I'm saying? And even as men, right? We look at it and we talked about certain things that touch on that where, like, I got to make sure the bills is paid. I got to make sure my family is good. I got to make sure they're eating the best that they possibly can be. I want a bigger space for them. So now I got to sacrifice more and do all that kind of stuff. So a lot of those precious people don't really necessarily know how to handle. And so they can go into postpartum. They can go into, they're drinking themselves into a slump. So now every day they're coming home spanked and they're drunk. Or they go out and, maybe chase tails somewhere else, or maybe they decide that, every day I'm come home, the baby's fine, I'm just gonna hide in my man cave and play video games 24/7. Like there's a lot of different things that people come through, or maybe they come home and as soon as they come home and say, yo, hey babe, what's going on? Hey, everybody's good. I'm going to sleep, and they just sleep for 12 hours.
What we're trying to point out though is
that's not good.
Then there's men that's doing that, but then we don't want to. But they don't talk about it.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, go ahead. What you saying? Sorry, real quick.
Nah, like that. What you just said, like. If you come home, a guy come home from work and everything is like in order, you feeling like I'm good. So let me just.
So they can't have postpartum if they come home and everything is
No,
good.
It's not even that. It's just,
they could.
It's just the fact of like, I came home, I see and look, everything's under control. So.
But then the woman gets postpartum.
No. I'm saying that.
Yeah, I'm saying as a guy, you wouldn't.
No. It's two parts to that. Because as a man. And I'm saying you can still. It's a lot of stuff that men don't speak about, and I know me personally, I don't speak about a lot of stuff because really I just be on some suck it up, just do it. This what it is.
I mean, this is what we're trying to like.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's just what it is. So like, it's not like the men like end of the day, men are human. I have feelings, I have emotions, I have things I go through, but just because I may not voice it or express it, have out versus a female or my lady may do, doesn't mean I don't go through it or feel it. I just may go through the feeling in a different way or a different manner than maybe the typical way it may happen. So versus bring it back. If I'm at work of course I'm gonna work thinking about my family, what's going on with everything, right? Now, my question I have, what I want to say earlier, do you think men, I don't want to use the word develop, but do men maybe can adapt postpartum from a woman having postpartum versus a man just having postpartum just directly? Can a man develop it or like feel it?
Questions. With that being tied in, did any ladies go through postpartum? And just answer the question, his question first, and then
so I think yes. With side question, right? So I think like I look at myself and I see, all right, like so, like when Jax was gonna be born, like I had a plan in place. Like I knew.
Don't have to do that.
No. Not his birth, but I had a plan in place. Like yo, like the structure, like, right? Like in a sense where like I'm taking off of work. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna allow work to prioritize over my family. So I said I knew like he was coming like the end of June, early July. I said I'm taking the entire summer off because in my mind I'm like yo, like what it takes to have a newborn at home for just Becca to be at home with him all the time and then me going to work. I'm like that shit is crazy. And I even think back like yo, before men were even allowed to take paternity leave. How insane that was!
Yeah, because I could jump on that because the thing
different. Now we good.
I couldn't jump on. I mean, I couldn't.
You said it again. That's
good. It's whatever. I'm cooked for my manhood.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I'm talking about.
Y'all tonight. But yo, that's like I didn't have that luxury. Like I remember when my son was born, like I didn't have that luxury of having time off.
So when did he come and play?
I think after the
it was probably in the last recent, like in the last 5-6 years type of thing.
I had to use my vacation time.
That's
and
tough.
And what ended up happening with my son, when he was born, he ended up having jaundice. So then with the jaundice, I forget, he basically was in the belly for too long. So it's like I guess you could say like a blood condition. Sometimes they try to say put your son not your son, but your child in the sun for a while.
Sun, they say like every day give it like 10 minutes in the sunlight.
He had got that like his bilirubin numbers was too high. So I didn't have the enjoyment because every day from that I had to keep taking him to the doctor. Mind you, I'm taking my vacation time. They didn't give me. I think it just gave me the day of the birth and then a day extra. Like I didn't have like a month. So even now I'm thinking about the conversation now, like I definitely did have some type of depression in a sense. It was probably not so high, but
it
even
wasn't postpartum level.
But I don't know what postpartum level.
That's what I'm saying. So we don't know. Like there isn't
form it can be.
Right. There is not a scale.
You probably had postpartum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's probably mild, but it's no.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's very mild.
There's not like a structured scale to what it is.
So there was time that I felt a certain kind of like, damn. I remember the day I had to go back to work. I felt like crap. Like, damn, I didn't really even enjoy my child. Like, he just got home. Because I was considered as a funny, like, I was like, damn, it's like bringing a puppy home. But this is my son.
You
this
want to
is
play with him. You want to have
fun.
fun.
I want to spend time. So then I'm, like, at work, like, damn, like, I'm not able to, like, I literally spent my week, I only had a week of vacation. So I've spent my week's time of being in and out of the hospital with that. So I didn't really have the chances of doing, like, the month time of doing that. So even me thinking back then, I could say there was a little bit of depression, but then now the other flip side of it is like I think you were saying is like I think we so busy getting to the just boost to the ground, like you almost dehumanize ourselves. I realize I be saying to you sometimes at a point like I feel like we become machines, and the only time is like any machine like your car is always good until you push that button to start it. Or if you got a key, whatever, that your joint don't start, then now something wrong with you. But then there's something been wrong with me after that point. Like you ain't been putting gas in the car.
But the thing is, like, but you don't even see that. That's a crazy part.
Exactly. And I think the part for the question that you were answering right before I get to Steve's question, right? So that's like we don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like with anything with men, and even like how we've been conditioned growing up, or how we've been conditioned with just everything we have to deal with in life. It's like, yo, shut the fuck up, take care of it, bro. Like, yo, like, what are you complaining about? And a lot of women, honestly, to the women out there, it's perceived in the manner that, yo, the women gave birth. The women did the hard part. So what the hell is it that man is complaining about? But I can only speak to my relationship, right? Where we're together, we're having this child together, we're building this family, right? Not everybody has that same circumstance, which I understand. But I dealt with that a lot with her. You know what I'm saying? Like with all the things, her trials, the tribulations, every doctor's appointment up until COVID, like I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Because I have invested. I wanted to be a part of this or whatever the case may be. So everything that she's dealing with, I'm dealing with. So yeah, she might be dealing with it more because obviously it's physically, in her. But like that's still my child. That's still my lady. Like if any, sorry, I'm gonna get to that point. Like if anything. I feel like for me it's like almost a little bit worse because it's like, yo, like now like I have to put on more armor to take care of both of them to make sure everything is good. That's what I was gonna say. But it's like, if woe is me if I fucking say something, you know?
Okay, that's what I was trying to say. Like, no discredit for. I think a woman carrying a child is the most phenomenal thing.
Magnificent.
But it's natural. So what I'm doing now, like if I'm working my extra hours or just trying to be sure, that's not natural. You're not supposed to be working 16 hours a day. You're not supposed to be not getting sleep. You're not supposed to be not like focusing on yourself. You're not supposed to be mentally engaged.
That's why I don't do none of that shit.
No, but that's you. But then what about the rest of the people who's doing it? And I'm not discrediting a woman having a child because it's a quick thing. And I mean, I'll say because only women having giving birth, but they quick to say you demoting. I'm not demoting, but what you're doing is natural. Like that's what you're doing. But then outside of the fact of it is that I'm doing a lot of unnatural things. I'm not sleeping at night. I'm working crazy jobs. Like while I work, especially the type of job I do. I mean, we used to do the same. It's dangerous. I'm focused on other things, and I could literally die on my job in the situation. But then, why can I not say something? Because as you said, it's both our child. So if something happens to me, what happens to you? What happens to the child?
Something happened to you, it changed everything.
It changed everything. So in reality, I had a conversation. I remember I was saying, I think that, and I go more in depth as being a man. I think that we get what's the word? Removed out of the household too much. And I don't mean in the
physical,
the black man being taken out. I mean in the sense of like, yo, we're a very prominent figure there. I can't speak for the ones that don't want to be there, but trust me, you can see a difference in the child that's in the household period from the woman to the child when the man isn't there. So of course, even the giving birth, yo, I'm pretty sure women could say, yo, a man that's being pregnant with a man that ain't there, that shit is fucked up. It's hard. Like you feel like shit. You sitting there with your feet up, whatever. Nobody's there to run and go get you. No,
ice chips and shit.
Yeah, when you got. So let's be real. What we doing is important, and we shouldn't be demoted in that, and then we shouldn't be forgotten after. I get it. Yeah, you went through the body situation. I'm not disregarding that by no means. I don't think anybody ever disregards. I think, like I said again, giving birth is a beautiful thing, but it's just like it's still other gears that's turning, that's happening while you're doing that. That's also causing you to not
keeping you comfortable,
exactly,
keeping you happy.
So, and I'm not saying in the sense, but quick what people say, that's what you're supposed to do. But then in reality, are we all doing what we're supposed to be doing? Are you pushing out a baby So I'm not saying, but again, I'm trying to be more. How can I say? I'm trying to be more. I'm not speaking out of anger. I'm not speaking out of emotion. I'm just being just straight logic. We all doing what we're supposed to do. I'm dad. I'm gonna go out there. Your mom. You're gonna carry that baby, take care, eat right, and so forth. But let's not forget about me. Because you're not being forgotten, so don't forget about me. And then I go even more further. There's so much stuff that happens with men that we get disregarded with. Because there's other things that we go through too that's just under the rug. Like I was reading, I think I told you about that. Yo, men go to menopause. Like this is a level of menopause. It's considered. It's called andropause. Men go to the same scenario where that's why you see a lot of men get a midlife crisis in a sense, and they become depressed.
They get to a point where their testosterone drops
down. And the testosterone drops.
My friend went through that around like 31, 32.
And that's when it happens. Right after 30, your testosterone start dropping, and they start going through depression. We don't talk about that type of stuff, and it's not even. And honestly, that's the true mental health. I'm not talking about. I mean, again, you said I don't like therapists, but I'm not talking about therapy, but just in the fact that mental health is just being very aware. You don't know what's a healthy mental place if you're not aware that what's happening to you.
A big part of that, right, comes, and it's something that we've all grown up with. Is just be a man.
Like, yo, what is a man?
But that's what I'm saying, right? It's just
everything in your back and carry it.
Just be a man. Like, yo, just shut up until I can get it done. And then a lot of time for me, not just at home, but just with things that I observe about friends, family, society, things of that nature. I feel like a lot of times the men who are, in the, conducive households where, it's the man and woman raising a child, things of that nature, and whatever the case may be. anytime the man is not 100%, he's not at the level he would like to be or he's expected to be or whatever, there's almost like, it's not that you're chastised, but it's like you're pacified. Mm-hmm. You know, where it's just like, yo, you be all right, bro. Just get some sleep, you be all right. Mm-hmm. Or, you know what, just go out. You know what, this weekend, fuck it. Go out with the friendless, get some stress out, you'll be straight. But that's not the cause, and that's not the solution either. Sometimes it ain't that I want to go out. It ain't that I want to even be home. I don't really know what the problem is. So, yeah, dead ass.
Like,
we talked about the meat. We talked about we had the me time episode. Sometimes I really just want to tell y'all all to just shut the fuck up and just give me the night to just watch the shows I want to watch and be chilling.
Did any ladies have postpartum? Because I know for me personally, I don't think Tia had postpartum, but she's well aware of what it is, and she was doing everything she could to avoid. There's nights where, like, she told me, like, I was asleep, but she told me she cried.
That's helping the postpartum.
I mean, I was asleep because I'm a hard sleeper. But if I knew she was up crying, I definitely would have been up. You understand? I wouldn't be sleeping. But I'm a hard sleeper. But she told me this night that she was crying and she just felt like, you know what, I can't do this. But she fought through it because it is real. Like, it's
super real.
I think with women though is more than just. I think us is more the mental, because what we seeing as men. But I think with women is also actually like their bodies, their hormones is all over the place.
Nah, but I think with the females is more everything overall.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, everything overall, because it's not just the mental.
I know you have a strong question. I'm gonna let you get to that 1 second.
I have a few questions.
I know. I apologize, but I know. But I know. Like when Sai asks the question, everything just stops. Everything just stops. I was gonna ask you something. So, well, it's more of a comment, right? So, you know, Tia mentioned that, you know, they were nice with maybe she might have cried, for whatever the reason may be, right? But aside from the level of like potential comfort you could have given her, right? Do you think that you being awake while she's dealing with that would have stopped how she's feeling any which way?
No.
Okay.
No. I feel like people feel how they feel in the moment. You understand? So there's nothing you can, like, God forbid somebody passed away, a family member. Let's say my grandmother who's 89. She's 89 right now. If she died today, I probably wouldn't shed a tear. That doesn't make me not shit. It's just that I feel like she lived her life. So everyone emotions differently. My little sister, who's a female, or even my little brother who, you know, he's been like, my grandparents raised them. With me is I'm at a different mind state. I feel like you lived your life, so I'm celebrating your life. That's just me personally. But my little brother, I know he's gonna feel away. It's gonna hit him differently, because like he even talk about it now. Like, I hope my grandparents can watch me graduate. My grandfather's 99. Like, that's that. I didn't like. Who would think he would live to 99 years old? My little brother graduated next year, so for him it's like my grandparents got to see me graduate. It's a big thing. So if they don't see him graduate, I know he'll take it harder than I would take it. Vice versa, like I would feel like, grandpops, you live your life. I wish I could live to 99 just like you. You understand?
So for him,
it's different. So I feel like emotions is different. So whether or not I was up or asleep, it doesn't take away from somebody's emotions. Everyone feels how they feel in the moment.
Right. Sorry, the floor is all yours, brother.
I got a lot to speak about. All right. Postpartum, right? Well, my lady, yes, she 100% definitely dealt with postpartum and still dealing with it in certain aspects that I think.
You can still deal with it, like, even
there's not a cutoff. You deal with it until your kids get like 18 years old.
There's not a start point.
Yeah, there's no
start, finish, nothing.
It depends on the situation.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Postpartum mean the kid is no longer in you.
You've given birth.
You're giving birth.
You're giving birth. The postpartum is you giving birth, and things in your life has changed. So therefore, the change in your life, you can't really adapt or accustom to that change partly, or it's just that being this kid came in your life, it changed your life so drastically that you got to figure it out. And some people have to keep figuring out. I'm not saying figuring out is bad. It's just figuring out and or aspects.
Changes, just moving some things around.
You got to keep exactly. You got to keep figuring, like, moving things around. You have to keep doing it, and not only just moving things around, it's just more of the fact that, like, having a child for a woman is really big because like everything changes. Like our life, thing changes, but for them, I totally get a lot of not only just body, it's a lot of things changes because you really don't understand what that female been through prior or like what's going on in their life and like how they mental is and things. So like it changes a lot. It changes a lot, you know. So it's like it's up to I don't want to say up to the female depending on how long it can last because I don't know. I don't want to be incorrect. But it's more of the fact that like you never would know if they over with it, cause it start off heavy and it is kind of decompress. But it's like sometimes it can decompress little, but still be there, and it might still be there for a very long time or forever. And especially if you have more children after that first one, it's one kid.
Something can trigger it.
It's only one kid. You have another kid after that. It's double it.
Or you might not have had it with the first kid and then get it with the second.
Yeah, so like
wherever you are in your life, you know, things happen.
So it's really more I could say of an emotional thing with a female, and females are known to be more emotional than males. So their emotions could be more softer and more triggering than we can over the simplest things. And having a child, what I say for my lady, it trains them. I was gonna say, before I even go deep in depth in this, shout out to my lady. She do a terrific job. She do her thing with our son. She hold it down more than I could ever imagine. Now with that, I know what she deal with. I mean, I can't say I know fully. I know what she shows or what she say.
Well, what do you say about you? I mean, in reality, we can't speak on.
All right,
for her.
See, with me, I try my best to like be there for her and do things I can, and I really feel like I'm probably she feel the same way that I could do more, but the postpartum is really more easier said than done. My situation is, I mean, in general, because you could say do this, but it's like you never really would know what type of mind state that other individual is in at that moment, or how to like maneuver and like work to make it better for her at that moment. Because mind the postpartum is like I said, an emotional thing. So it could be just that moment. Because a female could have a moment like right there, 5 minutes, that moment, that's that, and it could be done 10 minutes later. And it's like at that moment she having it, you have to know when to step in and what to do. And I felt really it's times that I didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And I feel bad. Like it's kind of messed up. I didn't know what to do. And it's even more bad that she's suffering and going through that. And it's like I'm saying like, yo, what, like, because mine's just my first time being a father. So like I'm brand new. So I don't know. So it's like it's more of a learning thing.
That goes to what I was saying. Like just your presence of even being there, whether you're there or not. But the fact that you're even there, it's not enough.
Nah.
But what could
being there and being there is one. What
can you do?
Look, I ain't gonna lie. This whole me being a dad has been like a super eye opener on me. I learned so much, even doing my lady, and it's literally over the past few months that we had this podcast. I learned from you guys, and I apply it, things that y'all go through and y'all say. I try to apply that as much as I can. And I feel it's good into my life just to make my situation, everything better. I'm trying to be the best I could be. So it's just like, it's not a sense of like
Steve like that. He had a nice little circle.
I mean, I like the fact that I'm making him a better man. That's all I heard throughout the whole day.
Yo, I'm looking at Shia. I'm looking at you. I can see the color eyes.
You made me a better man.
Nah.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Like, but that's how I am. I like to sit and study and sit back sometimes and speak and see what's going on. But like, far as the postpartum with the ladies, right? It's like in that moment when they dealing with have an episode or a moment, it's like, what can you do? There's always something you could be done, but end of the day, most men may not know what to do. And I can admit I fall into that not knowing what to do because it's all new to me. I'm still learning, and I explained to her like I'm not like not trying to be there and not know. It's just that a lot of stuff is new to me. Before we came to this, we had two different lifestyles. Mm-hmm. So like the way I grew up, when she grew up, is two different ways. So it's like the way how I deal with things, how she deal with things, is just different. So it's like we come understanding on. Long as she understand on how I deal with things and how I cope with things, and I understand how she deal with things, cope with things, everything is well. But like me and her mesh really well overall. Like overall, mesh really well. I just feel I need to step it up more in an emotional sense with her because I'm not an emotional person.
Let me ask you a question.
No, I'm not an emotional person.
So the thing is, let me ask you a question real quick before you go too far. Because the thing is, like, it's very hard to talk about something when the other person isn't there to say it.
Yeah.
Because you see how you're saying the concept of, you know, like Steve is asking, like, is it enough? You don't know if it's enough. It's on how the person is taking it. So who's to say that what you're doing is enough?
See, the thing is, when you do it, say something, you can't walk in the mind frame it's enough.
You don't.
You gotta just do it.
I agree with you.
And it's like, and it's on some like on the reaction that you get after that, you will probably know if it's enough or not. But the thing is, it don't matter if it's enough or not. But what I'm learning in the past like few weeks and few months, you have to do something. Something's better than nothing. Mm-hmm. Even if it's not enough, you done something.
That's where my head was when you're saying that, because it's like you're saying what's enough, but did your lady say to you like you wasn't doing enough?
It's not an aspect of not saying like verbatim, not doing enough, but it's on some like you just pay attention to people's body language. You know what I'm saying? And that's what like I learned all my life. Like I just sit back and observe and watch things and how people move, and like I can know what you're saying and how you feel without you even saying it to me. I can see
where my head
the
is
body
at,
language.
yeah.
So it's like with her, I can see when she's mad or upset or feel away, and I ask, "Well, why you feel away? Why you that?" You might not even want me to ask that, but I will ask it. You know what I'm saying? Just because I want to point out there, I see what's going on. You know, if you want to voice it or not, cool. But I'm me saying it to me, it brings me closure because like I identify what's going on, so I'm speaking about it. That's that. So that's just more the communication like various that people have. So like back to the original topic is like what I asked is females can have postpartum and can it brush off to the male? I believe it can,
and that's
in
why
some aspects.
And that's why I was asking that question, because the reason why I'm saying that now is that you're saying. How can I put it? It's, I'm trying to play both sides of the field and be fair game. Yeah. The thing is that you're saying, because I'm also in my own world of listening to what you're saying too. So I'm thinking what you're saying and I'm agreeing with you, and I'm also not disagreeing, but I'm like
challenging them what I'm saying.
Like, it's challenging, but I'm just trying to put it on a fair game, because it's so easy to sit there and say like I didn't think I was doing enough, but you don't know if you didn't do enough.
How she felt deeply. With females, is never not enough.
But real quick, the thing is that
never enough.
Reason why I say that because you don't know what's enough, but she also don't know either because she never was a parent before.
Had enough. Exactly.
So then it's like she doesn't even know what's enough.
But that's why I feel like with that being said, as time go about and progress, she will understand what's enough and what's not, because she will look back at whatever I done, how she felt, exactly how I felt when I didn't do. Because I said like I'm not perfect. I've done a lot of mistakes. I've done a lot of stuff. So it's like and I'm happy that I know I'm not perfect and I can acknowledge that and admit to that. So when I start, as of now, I'm on my top of my game. I feel, or like working to the top of my game. She could look back at the times where I wasn't doing enough and could compare it and go, okay, this is better. This is better. You know what I'm saying? Because all I'm trying to do is be a better person all around in general in life. Yeah. It's not even about nobody personally. It's for me. It's personal, just to better myself as a father, as a friend, as a man.
I'm gonna hit you with something else now, though.
2009 side, 2021.
So you see how we was talking about like postpartum could be something up to 18. So then now, who's to say that if you have any type of guilt that you weren't doing enough, that can't happen, let's say, down the line.
Yeah, no, I 100%.
But not necessarily on the woman now. It could be something on you now.
100%
because what you said is very valid. Like, yo, all right, as she moved forward, and she's saying to me, like, all right, you changed. Because, of course, you both are brand new parents, so it's fair game. You know, y'all on the same field. So she probably doesn't know what's going on with her. You can't figure out what's going on with her. You don't know how to fix it. She probably doesn't know what would fix it. And I think the most important thing is being there overall. Even if you aren't doing something, because the worst thing, imagine she's going through something. There, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna go out. Yeah, so that will be the ultimate fuck up at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
but then. Okay. All right, moving forward now, let's say, you know, all right,
years later,
2 years old, 3 years old, and she doesn't know what's going on still. So she still doesn't know. So you could easily get hit with that. And I'm saying that now in the sense of guys who are fathers, where you get kind of hit with a certain type of thing, where you get hit with like, you never did it right. Mm-hmm. So then what about the kid is like 5, 6 years old? Like, you never did it right.
I mean, how I feel with that is then it acts for never getting it right. That's never getting it right up until that age. But I feel if you're an active father, you can always get it right. There's no time limit. Like, I mean, nobody's perfect. We make mistakes.
Nah, I agree.
And especially if it's your first time, you don't know what's really going on. You're filling it out. So in the day, I feel it's a learning process for both people. So it's like
everyone, even the child.
Yeah, I'm saying so mothers is I feel is always sharper than the guys just because it's how they are. It just I don't know. I can't explain it. Natural. It just sharper. So
nature versus nurture.
It may sound crazy. But like you may get some of the first 2 years of the kid being born, and I may not get, and it's like don't like chastise me or like down me for me not getting it as fast as you got it. Just give me some time. Give me some time because mind you, we locked in for life. Mm-hmm. So it's like just give me some time. Let me figure out what the hell's going on I can know how to apply it and get it right.
What I realized to kind of I guess sum up everything, what both of you I'm getting from right. I think what the biggest key in any sort of relationship, right, especially in a parenthood with a mother and father and somebody who may or may not be dealing with postpartum, whether male or female, right, is being able to some way, somehow be comfortable communicating what it is that you're feeling in that moment. Yeah. Because something that you said is like, yo, like, all right, that person might be feeling like this or whatever, and I just want to be there. But you actually being there might be what's pissing them off or triggering them.
And that's what I was shooting.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you really don't know. But and also what's something that you mentioned, right? It's like, okay, the kid is this age, that age, and they can be later on in life. So hindsight is always 20/20. That person could be like, well, looking back at it in that moment, 10 years ago, what you should have did was this, that, and the third. But like, how the hell would I even know? But now we're also arguing about it 10 years later.
We got the experience.
You know? So I think the best thing would be, one, what I ask the audience
communication.
is... communication, absolutely. And I feel like not only just communication...
Comprehension.
Right. Because
and
a lot of
yourself
people...
to open up. Because people... Like, even women...
I have
like,
a hard time opening up.
Women have...
That's
like, guys have a hard time opening up. I'm okay with opening up. Because I'm comfortable with my feelings. I'm a fair believer of speaking how I feel.
Me opening up, I take it as weakness.
Yeah.
Not
and some guys are like that. Most guys are like that.
But it's not only a stereotype because it's not like I always say this. I mean, I've said it many times. People say, I'm like, I have emotion, but I'm not emotional. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, of course, I'm mad. I'm sad. I'm sad. But you may not get either.
Tuck it away.
Yeah.
Right.
See, with me, like, even in the workspace, I don't care if you're my boss. If I feel like it's not going the right way, or if this not, to me, it's not making any sense, I'm gonna always voice my opinion. I'm not gonna. I don't like, even with my parents when I was growing up, I was always the one to get in the most trouble because if they're doing something a way that I feel like is not right, I was always the person to feel like, yo, I gotta tell you, this is not right.
Wait, hold on. We got time for one more question.
And expressing your feelings and being emotional is two different things. I can express my feelings and I have no emotions attached to that.
That's how I am.
But I'm still, that's how to piggyback because like, I could have, like me, I won't hold my tongue if I'm like at work. I see what I have, but it's nothing to do with feelings. It's that I'm just voicing my opinion. But I do feel like voicing your opinion with the feelings do make it better, easier in your mind. Because being as I voice my opinion, but then put my feelings attached to it, it's kind of like holding me. It's kind of like still dragging me a little bit.
Yeah, the difference between your voice your opinion, but because your feelings are not in it, you still feel away at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Once I say what I gotta say, I'm good.
But I'm saying.
Dada.